My name is Dumi Moahi, and I'm a co-founder at Growth Factor Technologies, but we're popularly known for our flagship product, Nvoicia.
At Nvoicia, what we try to do is assist small businesses with credit, and that's a big problem in the market we're operating in. First in Ghana and then Africa at large. Most banks don't like to give cash to small businesses because they are credit risk in terms of the fact that most of them do not record a lot of their data. They are mostly unstructured in the way they're operating. A whole lot of things surrounding how small businesses operate.
So we've been doing research on the overall Ghanaian SME ecospace since 2018, and we actually learned a lot about how a typical Ghanaian SME works. In terms of how they form their businesses, the structures that they follow, and what they deem important and not important when they're running their businesses.
We started largely with a mindset of a product for sort of like a developed market. There were a couple of things that we put in place based on assumptions. But what has helped us is our ability to iterate our product quickly. We've moved from different iterations. Like we've had several meetings brainstorming when it comes to the technology to use, how to make it easy for the users to access.
If you want to go beyond where you are right now, you definitely need a cash injection so you can try out something new, purchase some new inventory, buy something that can basically help you move from level A to level B. And that's one thing most businesses struggle with in Ghana and then Africa at large. So at Nvoicia, what we try to do is be the partner that can provide them the cash to help them grow from point A to point B.
We're in a market that favors relationships more than anything. That also leads to now lack of data, since not so many transactions would be recorded and a lot of other information would be leaking in between. So that has been a challenge as well, which is also one of the main reasons why it is so difficult to finance a small business.
As Nvoicia, one of the things we try to do is to make do with the current processes that the small business does, try and figure out ways to understand how those businesses will work out. So we basically act like a friend to these businesses to be able to figure out their processes to their core and be able to develop credit processes that can actually fit into their processes whilst we are collecting data on them and making them structured in the back. So basically we integrate first the processes, understanding how they work and how can we enter and collect their data to be able to make a credit decision. So basically understanding the alternative data they are churning out of their business and what processes are they working on. And then lastly, we look at how we can actually disburse cash based on that. So eventually the business becomes credit worthy to be able to dispense, cash can be dispensed to them by a regular financial institution.
The impact has been great on small businesses. We've had small businesses submitting invoices over 6 times a month for us to factor. What this means is that they cannot wait to hold their cash, get to their cash and do more businesses or supply their customers more. Now, the constraint before was that let's say they've been able to do only 2 transactions a month, right? But now we've seen them grow to be able to do 6 transactions. We've seen them grow to be able to buy more equipment with this working capital that has been delayed. So now they don't have to stress over getting equipment to grow or doing more transactions, which means more profit for them and which means they could pay their staffs early.
So I would say initially it was quite difficult. It was a little bit of a chaos, I would say. Bringing a product into a market that the users are not pretty used to, who would say that you can access a working capital sitting behind your laptop without even going over to see or meet anybody. Like this market initially wasn't pretty used to that kind of service.
Our aim is to ensure that we've built multiple models which can accommodate all forms of businesses that are not hinged on traditional models which exclude a lot of them. So basically to become a center for financial inclusion for small businesses.
I'm excited about the future of Nvoicia, or I would say the future of Growth Factor Technologies, because we are tapping into markets that usually the banks would not tap into. And even if the banks tap into such markets, most customers come to Nvoicia because of the flexibility, the convenience, and the ability to to easily access capital versus all other traditional means. So what the future means for us is that we need to work harder to tap into this market. We need to work harder to be able to, to fully, I would say, to fully penetrate the market and have the market appreciate our services as well.